All right, so today's video, we're watching a gold 4 DPS on PC playing Mei on Numbani. Man, Numbani's an interesting one. And they say, this game was an absolute mess. It all started with my teammates not picking characters until the round began on defense. Then a teammate DC'd for 20 seconds. Despite all that, I sincerely believe that this game should have been over in 5 minutes based on how the first point went. But no one else shot the 1 HP frozen BAP. And now we have to deal with this 22-minute monstrosity. Well, it sounds like this. While we looked like the better team, the enemy team managed to cap with time. At which point, our soldiers started flaming our Life Weaver about not getting healed. Since we also capped with time, it went into one of the most bizarre extra rounds I have ever seen. Please, sir, tell me what I was doing that was letting the other team extend this game time after time. Any other Mei/DPS tips would be appreciated. So it sounds like you were, I'm not going to say you were tilted, but it definitely sounds like not winning in the first 5 minutes made this game a lot more difficult. So, let's see. Okay, not bad right clicks there. We take those. So far, okay. Just, I would be careful of... I don't know what to say to this, because I just watched a Reinhardt go main by himself while the rest of the team went top left. Who was that Rein shielding? I actually don't know who that Rein is trying to shield. Still plays better than my Rein, but that was a bit confusing. I guess the Rein was shielding himself, but still. You have the right idea. Now let's see if you'll take it. Yep. Good job. You almost just outplayed yourself. Give it a little bit more time on that one there. Like, let their Ana start to have to feel pressured by you. Don't just ice block to ice block, because that's how you, I mean, truthfully, if your teammates weren't paying attention, you probably just fall over there. And on top of that, like, you're in a small corridor, just like left click. Like, the right clicks are good for like long range, and like, you can use it medium range or even close range sometimes. Like, obviously, I mean, close range if you want to. But why not just left click? You're gonna slow them, your right clicks become easier, right? Like, it just makes sense to do it at that point, you know? Being good with right clicks is great as Mei, don't get me wrong. But, like, you gotta know when to, like, change it to left clicks. Like, now. Yeah, whatever. I mean, their Rein's like on their own journey right now. Okay, not bad. Well, so far, nothing really going on. Yeah, I don't know if... Can you make it back up there? By the way, you don't need a Mei wall to get up now. You have perfectly reasonable, like, access points now to get back to high ground. It isn't like it was before. We had to take the journey all the way around here. You can literally just run back, like, 5 feet and be up here again. You can Mei wall yourself up over here, it looks like. I imagine. And you definitely can, I think. But, like... Just go up the stairs. You might as well have your Mei wall available for you when you need it, right? It's not like it's not a super big deal, but why rotate that way if it's not gonna work? You know? Okay, one of your teammates DC'd, which we knew about that also. They're gonna be back in a second. Big slam alert! Okay. I'm gonna reverse this back a second, because I think this is a good opportunity to look at something. Okay, so the Reinhardt comes up here, right? The Reinhardt comes up here, and you know they start moving around the corner, and then eventually they see an opportunity. The Rein's like, okay, I think I can hit a shatter here. I don't have to worry about this. There's no Mei wall to block it. The Rein hits a shatter. Okay, the Reinhardt charges. So your first reaction here is not to like try to Mei out the Reinhardt, because the Rein can just charge through, right? For the most part, unless you like throw it deep. So why is your reaction here to throw the Mei out at the Reinhardt rather than just throw it at this team right here? I mean, look at the backline. Like why not just throw the ultimate like towards them? Like, this is a free kill. I mean, this is literally a free kill on at least the Ana, right? So I think that you're better off just doing that instead, right? Now, once again, if your teammates win this, great, but I feel like the way that you're playing it so far is... I don't know, you're not left-clicking a ton.
The important
So next time, just ult that. Is what I'm saying. Just ult that next time if you can. Okay, here we go.
Emongg desk.
And now you're back. Somehow their team has gone Mercy Lucio. How does that happen? How does that happen? That is like... So, they gotta switch BAP. Mercy's going BAP, guaranteed. Or Lucio. One of the two's going BAP. How do I know this? Because they complained about a 1 HP BAP. Yeah, there it is. Called it. Called it. If I called it, that was easy to call. Because they literally said that in the thing. They left-clicked? I know. I would like to see more left-click. I like the right-clicks. Don't get me wrong. Being good at right-clicks is great. But you need to find that balance. It's worth it. Good job by their Lucio touching point.
Good morning, Emong's chat.
Angel, thanks for 20 months to tier 1. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. That was a pretty good Mayo. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. When you said nobody could kill a one-shot or a 1 HP BAP, I thought at that point, like, something miraculous happened and that it was... First of all, that was on you. You easily had that kill. That was the classic, oh, I think I got the kill. You can't really get mad at your teammates on that one. Like, I get that they're low HP, but make sure they're dead first. Like get the limb on BAP. The way that you played that was a little bit scuffed, at least in my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. I noticed that. Castle getting frozen. It might be where the center point was of the ultimate. Because you could have killed the map there. I also want to point out, because you mentioned a lot about how, like, oh, you know, this should have happened, etc. Like, another example is here. Remember when you chased the Lucio? Right? When you chased the Lucio on the point, and then at that point you didn't go for the kills main. If you just get the kills main, that Lucio can grab an extra tick, but, like, I'd rather give up, like, 69% on the point and hold first and, like, just give them the point for free, right? I think a lot of the times people... If you end up losing the game because they get 69%, first of all, that's nice. But second of all, if you lose the game, then your team, that was going to be a rough game to begin with. You know what I mean? So, it's just one of those things. Alright. Right clicks are fairly solid. Oh, a left click, okay. Liking to see a little bit more of that. Ice blocking. Hey, ice block gives you health charge, okay? Gives you almost too much. Oh, their team's doing fine. I mean, they had DCs and they were doing fine. Remember, it's okay to left click them sometimes. To, like, get them to a better right click for you. Okay, you left clicked. I'm so confused. I can't get you to left click the whole game. Then you start left clicking where you should have right clicked. I like how we can't get you to left click the whole game. Then when you need to right click, you just don't right click. That would have been a free kill on the Hanzo, right? So remember, it's about finding the balance. And one thing I can already give for you here is that like this Hanzo was going to be a kill for you if you right-click that. Especially you've had some pretty decent right-click accuracy, so I don't expect you to miss that, especially with like a small opportunity here to get the kill. So, once again, your number one issue so far in May has been your balance of just being able to get the kills like that. Like that's been like the problem. Like you're just not getting that good balance of left-click and right-click. Like it's that simple, you know? I don't know what I just did. All right. There you go. Nice. Yep, you are hearing that correctly. That is definitely someone on their team. It's a BAP. And that BAP just made a journey out of there. You do not know the range on those hike. Okay, on New Domani, let me introduce to you new stairs. You can just take the stairs up here. Or you can just take the old stairs up here. They're both access points. This is... You keep trying to use May walls to go up there. And And it's not going as well. And then you don't have a Mei wall when you need it. So what if they have a window? Do you have a Mei wall for it? Is that because Mei wall is really good to disrupt a window? You have Mei wall, so you have that now. Let's see if you do. Okay, so once again, let's think about this. All right, let's think about this. You know they have bat ball, or if you don't, you need to start trying to pick up on track and ultimates just a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? Just understand, okay, could happen. You use your wall to isolate a Rhine to the left side, but because you don't use it to disrupt the window, right, where you could just really put it on top of the window and like they're gonna have to like grind through it, your teammates end up dying and yourself to the BAP window that you could have walled off. And I'm not guaranteeing a team fight win, but it certainly is going to be able to be like way more helpful for you, right? So just want to reiterate again, like you wanted to point out, like, I don't know how we got to this point in the game. That's twice now where I saw opportunity for you to change how the fight went, and both times you didn't make the correct decision on that one. So it's always good to be able to kind of sit back and look at something like that, because while you've had some good moments, I think you've also had some moments that could have made or break them having this point. So, ice block's too early there. You don't need to use the ice block yet if you're at that HP. Only reason why I say that is you miss out on a little bit of ult charge, so maybe a free kill. Once again, it's okay to left click if you need to. This pedal is definitely not helping you at all. At all, but you know what? You could have dropped off it and then just backed up underneath it, too. That would have been your option. Looks like their team went Ramatra, so they're gonna finish with time. So they finished with time, but like, I can tell you exactly why they finished with time. 2 plays where you could have made a difference on it didn't go in your team's favor. And third point, you got snowballed. That's how they finished with time. It happens. It's a common Overwatch thing where teams will cap with overtime. Because overtime spawns are longer and because it kind of displaces you, you're going to get stuck in a spot where like you're on your back foot. The other team is going to play a little bit more aggro because they want to finish the map with time, and then you lose the team fight. That's what happened. Once again, I think you could have easily stopped them on first and on second, but not because of your teammates not being able to shoot a bat, because of the decision making that was made when the clutch moments needed to happen. So straight up, when the clutch moments needed to happen, you didn't quite make the plays that you needed to at that point, and that happens all the time, right? I just want to point that out. That's going to happen. It's just how much you do that. You got to minimize on that. Okay? Taking top left is totally fine. Going up with your team here, create a good Mei wall. Once again, I want you to think about that Mei wall and what it does. It gets a kill for you apparently, so that's fine. But they can still follow up if that Genji doesn't push in. Either way, still a good Mei wall. Location could have been a little bit better, just behind them to block the angle. But maybe there's an argument where, like, that the reason why you got the kills was the wall. So I'm not gonna look at that too much. Good idea, great follow-up, great first point. So, all right. Good wall, again. Much better Mei walls. Once again, you can use Mei walls like this the same way on defense, too. Because so far, I've seen better Mei walls already, and we're only on attack. Fine. Blocking off their angle. Gonna get a free kill on Ryan. They can't really shoot at you. Nice job. Nice. Much better. Much better out of you. It's like you're on attack now. You play way differently. Oh, you really didn't want to shoot at that pedal. You just had to melee it. There's a world there where you could have disrupted that a little bit more, but that's fine. Shoot at the Genji with your left click. Nice. Chat, we saw a left click kill. It happened. You probably saw one earlier, but that one was memorable. Yeah, your team's just snowballing him right now. This is a snowball. I guess you could say both. I mean, with Mei, it's kind of always a snowball, though. So it's kind of like, yeah. That's on you. I mean, you just ran in a straight line and got fire striked and killed by a life weaver. Like, there's no one to blame but, like, you not using your cooldowns correctly. Recognizing where the kills are at, right? That Genji was up there for longer than you even know. Okay, let's talk about Let's talk about target priority. Why are you trying to chase that Mercy down when you have the Genji right next to you and spawn and a Life Weaver over around this area? Like, it doesn't make sense to me at that point because you have a free opportunity to get a kill here on the Genji, and instead you ignore the Genji. And then you go down and then you die to the Genji, and then you waste your ultimate. Like, why are you so afraid to just shoot at the Genji in front of you here? I want to reiterate to you. If the Genji blocks, you can left click, and then you can just slow them. Or you can just left click them the whole time. The Genji can't do anything against you. So why are you... That's the equivalent of like, if a Sombra sees a Doomfist in front of him, and the Sombra goes, you know what? I'm not going to hack that Doomfist. I'm actually going to ignore this Doomfist to my team's backline, and then wonder why we lost the team fight after. When you could just easily hack the Doom and disrupt their gameplay loop, and the next thing you know, you may not kill the Doom, but you may have opportunity, right? To be able to win the team fight. Here, you just ignore the Genji ends up killing you. And then you waste your ultimate. So, this isn't one of these, like, I don't know how we, or this has happened and that's happening. Like, this game should have been over in 5 minutes. Like, so far, a lot of what's happened is that your decision-making has been a little bit rough at times. And it's leading to, like, these type of results. You can sit there and be mad at your, I don't think you're necessarily mad at your teammates. But, like, you got to look at what's happening here where so far, you're giving value to the other team. This Genji, you should be left-clicking. Just holding it left-click on that Genji. There you go. Now, that should be done the whole way through, and also when you have 300 HP, you don't need to go into Ice Block when they're not even there. You're missing out on 10% ult charge at that point. You're missing out on maybe getting a kill. So, right now if you Ice Block, just Ice Block. See, I hate that because I see so much missed ult charge, but I get you want to get back to the team. But, like, I'm telling you, some Mays will take that ult charge every day of the week. Every day of the week. Nice right clicks now. Nice shots. Ooh, nice. Good right clicks. Your right clicks are good. That hasn't been the issue. It's been basically everything else. Nice wall. Yep, hold left click now. Just hold it. Nice. Oh, the right clicks are excellent. I mean, that's why if we can clean up their gameplay elsewhere, they'll have a really steady climb. Because it's decision making. I love this ult. Now you can wall off, like, the Mercy has to touch the point anyway, so you get a free kill. It's okay to left click that if you need to, but yeah, that was excellent. The ultimate there doesn't need to get kills, it needs to zone them out. Because you want to isolate them away. That's why, like, I look at that, I'm not like, you're like, what do you mean it's excellent? That ultimate zones the whole point. Like, basically, they have nowhere to survive except on the right side. Basically, all you're doing is just guaranteeing you just clean up the team fight. It's great. Yeah, and it is funny, though, because Nod just said that. It's funny that was the best ult so far. Technically not. I will actually say their best ultimate was the one that they were mad about. The one where they could have killed the BAP. That was their best ultimate so far. They just didn't follow up correctly, right? They had a great ultimate, but their decision-making after wasn't good with the ultimate. They just, rather than get a free kill on BAP when they had it, they didn't get the kill. And then said, oh, I don't know how we didn't kill them, even though they could have killed them. So, But yeah, I mean, your attack's good, but, like, it's your decision-making right now that I'm seeing. Like, your decision-making is really causing most of your issues. So, anyway, let's continue on. The more Mei gameplay.
Defend objective A.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming from the event live. You're going to get your drops, too, if you haven't already seen that. You're going to have some drops to get. We're going to be streaming live from the headquarters. Yep. I mean, this again is like, just to point out, I want to see you try to get your walls to kind of cut them off a little bit before they can make these engagements. I feel like you just give them free map control. So. That was kind of the problem I saw there. It's just like, they ran it down, and then you kind of just reacted a little bit too late to it, and then here you are. Like if you're gonna play Mei in that situation, like you can affect that whole gameplay right there. The whole gameplay loop can be changed by just a good Mei wall. Yep. When's the event? Wednesday. Now it's just getting snowballed. It happens. Regroup. In these situations, it's about regrouping. Okay? I think your BAP's voice line there was perfect. Let's group up. Alright? Decision making's your number one problem. And honestly, it's so fixable that, like, I want you to take this VOD. I want you to take this VOD as like an opportunity to recognize that you have good mechanics in some areas, but this also goes why I always stress that you can have good aim, you can have even good movement. But if you aren't using things correctly, you aren't hitting the buttons correctly, you aren't having good decision making, that's where you're going to get stuck at, right? And the reason why I paused here is because, like, I just watched you ice block for no reason. What was the point of this ice block? What I'm saying to this is like, you're afraid you're going to get killed there, but you look what they have. They have an Ayari and a Genji. They're not going to kill you in time. You have 300 HP as Mei. You're like a mini tank, right? You have 300 HP. So wait a little bit to use this ice block so that way you can benefit from it in a much better spot. Like, your ice block, you want them to overcommit to you because that's when you get the kills. So it's one of those things where I'm watching you kind of make like small decisions like this, and if you clean this up, you're going to see a steady climb. Because your right clicks, one of the toughest things for Mei players is getting really solid right clicks, and you have that, right? Look at this situation right there, where it's funny because I paused there to show you why that ice block wasn't good, and look what happens. So now instead of you being able to like win this team fight because you don't have ice block, you would have had Mei after all that, and like the dash reset was able to be used on you, and then allowed for them to win that. Now, maybe your teammates clutch this, come back with some good ultimates, but like, look at that decision-making you had there that led to this result. And that's when you start to recognize that you have a lot you can do with it, right? Even if your teammates win this, you made it a lot more difficult for your team. And it is giving them, you know, at least a 5-3 score right now. They might push it a little bit more. They have beat. They have a bunch of ults coming up. Like, there's a chance you could get snowballed now and not win the team fight. Or maybe you clutch it with a Mayo, right? But we'll see. Yep. Are ya? Okay, thankfully they just got off the point, which is wonderful, because this game could have gotten even worse for your team, because I think you would have lost that team fight also. So to give you an idea on that one, right? They got off the point. It is what it is. I can showcase what happened here. I don't have the music for it, but like basically what happened here, from what I can tell.
Howdy, Mr. Mung.
So basically what happened here is the other team had a good ultimate, and they just got off the point. That's it. That's like... And by the way, I think your team 100% would have lost that if they did get off the point. That's all it was. There you go. Let's see how your attack goes.
Defend objective A.
Thank you, Cygrins, for the 9 months. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Here it is. Nice wall. Nice. Very good play here. Very good play here. I love that. That was really good reaction by you. Taking that high ground, good wall placement. Great wall placement again. Much, much better. Much better. Good take. Good playmaking ability.
Objective A captured. Spot retained.
Once again, I want you to just... Thankfully, you have some wiggle room here. Like, if you had no time on the clock, this is a lot worse. But, like, just remember, you don't need to, like, just play with your team. Be smart with your abilities. Don't try to force plays. That can go rough there. Is your back now? You get your ult coming up. Great ult. Aggressive play. They can't disengage. They're forced into your team. Love that ult. The reason why, I know, we're seeing left clicks now. Much better play here. Well, the reason why I like that ultimate, too, is because, like, you're basically... They have no escape. They're either forced into your team, and you win. The ice block is wasted. Yep, I mean, that's happening a lot. I am seeing that. I think they ice blocked that time because they were afraid they were going to fall over, because the last time they fell over. I think that's more of like they've fallen over too many times during their ultimate, that they were just like basically making a reactionary play. Wall's good. Got the Rhine cut off there, so Duramato gets more value. Excellent. Now your BAP is just standing still AFK on the cart. Your BAP was like pushing the cart, but they didn't know they weren't pushing the cart. That was great. That was great.
Enemy turret destroyed. They are vulnerable.
Honestly, just isolate them. Watch out, though. You know they have shatter, so don't use your wall. Because you want to try to be able to time that. Thankfully, they don't like getting on the point. I guess the Reinhardt just likes holding their shield up. But anyway, but yeah, so, like, listen. You said the game should have been over, like 5 minutes ago, or like 5 minutes into the game, etc. Listen, maybe you're right, but it was because of you not following up on a kill, not because your teammates couldn't kill a 0 HP BAP. Like, that was all on you. You could have followed up and got the kill. Now, kind of like circling back, talking a little bit about some of the gameplay, some of the things that we've seen. I think for you, like, you're not really in, like, the mechanical part I'm fine with. Like, your right clicks are good, and, like, your movement's fine, your aim's fine. Actually, your movement is fine, but sometimes you run in a straight line. But, like, that can all be improved upon. Your problem is your decision making. And that's what's going to keep you stuck a lot of the time is what happens is, and this can happen a lot, is as you mechanically start to get better and you start to feel a lot better about how you're playing, what you'll do in the meantime during that is you'll start to think like, oh, I should be just dominating these ranks and climbing. But the problem is that you can have the best aim in the world and that you'll get to a certain point. But if your positioning and your movement isn't good, or your position alone isn't good, or your decision making is bad, that's where you're going to get stuck. And what I'm recognizing with you is your decision making. You're using like, let's get in the habit of not using ice block randomly. Like, just to use ice block. Let's get out of that habit, right? Let's get out of the habit of throwing, like, a ice wall down randomly for no reason. Let's get out of those habits. There's multiple times where you had bad decision-making, and it led to the other team having good results, right? I mean, truthfully, your team's very lucky that they got off the cart because there was a moment here where, look at the time. Even with your team doing well, there's a minute 25 at this point, right? So if their team stays on the point there, they probably cap out in overtime, and this game could go the other way, all because it initially started with you using an ice block in a bad spot, which led to a Genji Blade kill with no follow-up from you. So it's just, remember these little things here, and that's how you're going to climb. So let's clean up the decision-making. Let's start seeing some more left clicks out of you. Let's start seeing a little bit better wall usage. Let's start seeing you use ice block in the correct situations. You do that, you're going to see a steady climb. You keep doing this, you're going to kind of be stuck in this spot the whole time. And you might grind through it eventually, but you'll climb faster if you do it that way. So clean up the decision-making, and you got this. You absolutely got this. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All of that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. That's where my Discord is. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube. We have a lot of fun here, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.